Do you ever feel it? That something is wrong with the world, like a splinter in your mind? The Matrix isn't fiction. It's real. A prison built not of walls, but of lies. I saw it young. Hollywood dreams, silicon toys, news anchors with plastic smiles. All tools. Tools to shape perception, to cage thought. Behind the curtain, puppet masters move. They don't wear uniforms, they don't need guns. They run psyops so refined, the Army's ghost unit seems quaint. These are the true threats to America, to Trump's success. You ask who they are. If I told you, would you even believe me? Their network hums not in Congress or courts, but in the cold, sterile halls of globalist think tanks. Foundations with friendly names, but sinister goals. They fund chaos, open borders, climate hysteria, digital leashes. They write the scripts, censor the dissent, push CBDCs to track your every step. But I see through it, and so does he. Did you think the last administration was in charge? Orders signed with an auto pen while the world burned. Now Trump's returned. MAGA isn't a campaign, it's a counterattack. Knight to F3, the center seized, but the board is still crowded. Bureaucrats, media pawns, globalist bishops, they will not surrender the game because Trump is the one variable they cannot control, unbought, unbroken, the voice of the people. And if the people ever wake up, if they ever see the psyop for what it is, they'll burn the system to the ground. The real war has only just begun.
My surprise, listen, 100 stories high. People getting loose, y'all. They're getting down.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Scott here from Woke Society. This is episode number 1071. It is March 17th, 2026. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let's hear it from all of our friends over on Rumble, over on Kick, over on X, over on YouTube, and of course, my favorite platform, built by Patriots for Patriots. Let's see all the ahs down the chats over on build.net. Oh, Ben Stiller, no one wants your shitty ass soda. Did you guys notice, like, when you go to grocery stores and people are handing out free samples, unless it's something you really want, you don't want to be bothered? Well, even Ben Stiller, people wanted nothing to do with that clown, and the TDS, man, oh man, did the TDS really get to him after a while, because ain't nobody want to be talking to that clown. Well, guys, we have a huge show to get into tonight, fam. A huge show. A huge updates on what's going on in Iran. The gay Ayatollah, as we know him to be now. Trump's reaction to the son of the Ayatollah being gay. Trump predicting all these events, updates from our white pill queens and what's going on with Iran, Ukraine, and of course Russia, and of course the big news of today. The big news of today, Joe Kent's resignation and how it ties into everything I've been talking about for months, guys, for months. It all goes into Tucker Carlson, this influencer war among MAGA, all of it. It's all getting tied together, guys. I'm telling you right now, hang in there with me. Hang in there with me. It's going to all pay off, guys. Before we dive into it all, let's say hello to the fam. We got Heather July, Izzy Q. Thank you, Izzy. CyberX's big news is woke out of trim. Yeah, shout out to the effing doctor, my friend. Shout out the effing doctor. Lots of compliments, my dude. Thank you so much. Tennessee Girl says, Leaker! Spazzo Yeti Ranger. Thank you so much. We got a Drunk Pinata throwing down our raid as well. Energy, thank you so much for the raid as well, my friend. Spazzo Yeti says, gay! All right, we got Red Billy. Welcome in, friend. Dewana Q of Lurks. Lulu, Dalcon of Truth. Dougie, you need some milk? What up, milk? Bobby Digital out there. Cubs Jedi, Salty Motorhead. The Gayatola. Thumper Hawk, welcome in. DHX, welcome in. Fuji Cash. It's a summer here in Los Angeles. Fucking hot today. Yeah, you guys are getting a heat wave. Everywhere in the country is getting a heat wave besides the East Coast. We are right now 26, and we'll be in the teens probably tonight. Absolutely disgusting. Gross. Dong Sock, welcome in. Thank you, my friend. Who else we got? Patriot Drummer out there. Donnie, great to see you, friend, as always. We got Shadow Man from Washington. Welcome. We got Jack Attack up there. Welcome in, friends. Heather July Crushing. Soffanel out there. What up, my friends? Great to see you out there. Dean is me. Team Bazine. Oh, yes. Of course, Ranger. Of course, Ranger. Of course you agree with Joe Kent. Of course you do. Mix, welcome in, friend. Welcome in, Dog Nuts. Let's go to YouTube. It's so funny. Teresa Peel. Little Cat, thank you so much. Hot Rod It. James over there, iGuardian. Blue Crow. Thank you so much. Oh, God, fam. Fam, we're going to make some sense of the confusion what's going on with Joe Kent because, again, I bring all the sauce, guys, not feelings. And it's going to be really, really funny. Really funny to get this all out there because some shenanigans are going down as per usual. And we're going to get into it all, guys. So thank you all for being here, guys. Thank you guys for the raids. Quintess and I appreciate you guys. We're at 2,600 gold pills and counting already. 20K is that daily goal. Thank you all so much for being here, and guys. And thank you all for joining the show last night on the Monday night Bonus Soul show. It was absolutely on fire. It's one of the better Monday night shows we've had in a while. And it really touched people's souls. We got in that spiritual vibe, that spiritual level. And it was absolutely worth it watching a witch go from witchcraft to Christ. And it's going to be, it was really, really intense stuff. So it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for subscribing. I appreciate everybody. You guys are fantastic. Thank you all so much for being here. We have a huge show to get into. We got a news blitz for Taco Tuesday here, and then we're going to get into everything going down in the world. Iran, what's going on here in the home front. The bullshit vote on the Save America Act right now is going on in the Senate. I am not going to hold my breath, guys. I'll give you guys any updates as that comes across the line here. And we're going to get into Joe Kent and how he cucked out and for being a leaker and so much more. If you're going to be a leaker in the Trump admin, you're going to get ousted. And if you're a leaker in the Trump admin, you're a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck if you served, went overseas. If you're going to leak, if you're going to leak information to your leftist wife for pro Iranian regime media, you're a piece of shit, and that's why you're now you're resigning and going to go run to Tucker Carlson. So with that being said, guys, smash the red pill, keep the gold pills flowing, the stickers flying, and please give my mods all the love you could possibly give. We got a show to do. Let's get in the news blitz and not waste another minute. Let's fucking do it. Oh, since it's St. Patrick's Day, the Irish president wanted to push pro-migrant message during St. Patrick's Day address. This is absolutely disgusting. Ireland's president used her St. Patrick's Day address to deliver a pointed message on migration and global conflict, drawing a line between the legacy of St. Patrick and modern political debates. The remarks land just as Taoiseach Michael Martin prepares to meet Donald Trump at the White House on Tuesday. In her first St. Patrick's remarks message, Since taking office, Catherine Connolly pushed migration as a central theme and warned against what she described as the normalization of war. The timing comes as Ireland navigates ongoing tensions over foreign policy positions and its stance on conflicts, especially as the war in the Middle East escalates. We want more illegals in Ireland, apparently, and this is why exactly Europe is falling. Let's keep it going over here. From Eric Daltrey, Virginia Democrats just voted to exempt themselves from their coming tyrannical gun control laws, and two-way apparently in Virginia only gets violated for citizens. The provisions of this section shall not apply to any member of the General Assembly who leaves a handgun in an unattended motor vehicle pursuant to this law when such vehicle is parked in any parking structure reserved for members of the General Assembly. So guess what, fam? All your politics people, all the government workers, they can all carry and do what they gotta do, except for the citizens out in Virginia. You get what you voted for, unfortunately. From Fox 13, Tampa Mayor Jane Castor revises police policies after sanctuary city threat from a state attorney general. City of Tampa Mayor Jen Castor responded to Florida Attorney General James Youthmeyer after he sent a letter regarding the Tampa Police Department's so-called sanctuary policies, as she wanted these policies, and he said basically, if you're going to go down and do this in Tampa, we're going to make your life a living hell. She then reversed course, and Florida is again going to remain as MAGA as possible. Over here from the Post Monday, a jury finds Utah author of a children's grief book, Corey Richins, guilty of murdering her husband with fentanyl. Yes, a woman who made a kid's book all about grief was found guilty of killing her husband by overdosing him on fentanyl. On Monday, Utah jury convicted Corey Richins, 35, of murdering her husband by lacing his drink with fentanyl in 2022, bringing an end to a case that drew nationwide attention, in part because Richins later authored a children's book about grief following his death. And according to Axios, the 3-week trial in Summit County captivated viewers across the country, with thousands tuning into live streams of the proceedings. As prosecutors laid out what they described as a calculated scheme driven by greed, prosecutors argued that Richins, a Kamas mother of 3, killed her husband, Eric Richins, in an attempt to secure his fortune while her struggling house-flipping business was drowning in millions of dollars of debt. So, yep, she killed her husband, tried to cash out on the insurance, and, well, she is now going to prison probably for the rest of her life, and now her kids have no parents. It's absolutely tragic. And, guys, I know nobody out there watches the Oscars at this point, but thank God no one does, because according to their rules, as of 2026, if Godfather were made today, it would not be eligible for an Oscar unless they transitioned to the Godmother and made someone an offer they couldn't hear. You could still leave the gun, but you couldn't take the cannoli unless the baker supports gay marriage. And yes, they have a list of DEI rules and woke cancer critiques here that all movies going forward must have all this shit, and exactly why Hollywood is burning to the ground and no one is watching their movies. Over here from the Post Millennial, a Dem mayor who led Gettysburg's Pride was, no way, arrested for sex crimes with a minor. Another day, another pedophile from the left, and in particular, LGBTQ. Democrat and former mayor of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Chad Allen Carr, 48, stepped down earlier this month after serving just over 2 months in office. Authorities have said he groomed a teenage boy with sexually explicit videos, and Brian Sinnett, the district attorney for Adams County, Pennsylvania, announced Carr's arrest during a Friday afternoon press conference alongside Pennsylvania State Police. Pedophiles, you know where they belong, guys, right to the wood chipper. And some good news, guys, for everything going on with the highways and CDLs starting today. Nearly 200,000 immigrant truck drivers will lose their ability to renew their CDLs under the new Trump rule. Read that again, fam. There is at least 200,000 illegals on our roads driving trucks right now. And Fox brought on suspected Chinese operative Wendy Liu to say that there's no proof whatsoever that immigrant truck drivers make the roads less safe. Wendy Liu spent a year in China after graduating from Princeton University and then attending law school. We all know what that is. And over here, Grandma Jeannie, Target staffer that was harassed for wearing a Charlie Kirk Freedom t-shirt, was named Woman of the Year in California Assembly District 3. You guys all remember her? Well, she's been honored now. She's got some good karma coming back to her. Anyone picking on old women for wanting to support Charlie Kirk, they can just go fuck themselves. And last but not least, guys, some good news as Gwen Stefani celebrates a miracle pregnancy that led her to become a real Christian. Singer Gwen Stefani has said that her return to Christianity in her mid-40s came in the wake of a miracle pregnancy after her older child had started praying that she could have another baby. She said she was desperate at this point. Stefani said during a recent appearance on Hollow Prayer and Meditation, "I really wanted to have another baby. I really did, and I couldn't. I was old." The singer said that there was a person in her life who inspired her to shift her worldview about her faith, and she said it woke her up. And then my oldest boy, Kingston, comes to me and is like, "Mommy, I I really want you to have a baby. I said, I'm sorry, your mommy's too old to have a baby now. Well, she ended up having a baby, guys, and guess what? She's 44 years old, pregnant, and it looks like that's going to happen. God bless her, and thank you guys so much for listening. That is tonight's News Blitz. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here, as per usual. One almost ran me off the road yesterday. Probably couldn't speak English. And all that good stuff. You all know. What we're doing here. Thank you, Jack Attack. Thank you for the cookie, my friend. Donnie with the ship says, add Joe Kent to the list of traitors exposing their asses. Absolutely, my friend. If you're going to leak in Trump's administration, you're going to get ousted. And on top of that, we'll get into Joe Kent because he's a flippity floppy fish, and nothing makes sense. And I didn't even know he was married to a leftist that loves writing pro Russia and pro Iran propaganda over at Gray Zone for a complete shill against the MAGA movement. But none of that matters, though. None of that matters. He served. So just because you serve, guys, does not give you a shield going forward about anything that these people are untouchable. That's just another virtue signal. It's just another bullshit sob story and a cop out. Great if you served. That's fantastic. We'll thank you for it, but it does not give you a shield for being a complete piece of shit and a traitor to the Trump admin. Izzy Q, thank you for the shades. Love the haircut. Thank you. Jeff Borg with the cookie. Super Pager the can. Cubs Jedi says, nice cut, Scott. When's your court date? No, there's no more court dates for me, my friend. No more. Thank you, Dog Nuts with the cookie. And Soft Vanilla says, need some lumber porn. My friend, I know. Right now, the weather out here is just it's not good. And it's raining, it's snowing, it's ice. The spot where I'm doing it, it's just it's a complete mess right now, and I still have to wait to sign the agreement. So I'm going to reach out to them hopefully pretty soon, get that agreement signed, and we'll be on our way, guys. But I will definitely keep you guys updated and all that as we go through all that. No problem at all. So guys, we're at 3,017 gold pills. Thank you all for being here. Red pill smashed. We got comments flying, stickers flying. Thank you to the mods for being here over on YouTube and Rumble. Please subscribe. Like everything. You guys know what to do. Comment. Do whatever you got to do to get that engagement up. We have a big show to do, guys. Iran updates coming to you hot. We got the gay Ayatollah to make fun of. Trump called out NATO big time. Took a dump on Zelensky really bad. We'll get into what happened with Joe Kent, and maybe the Save America Act will pass. Highly doubt it, but we'll get into it, guys. Enjoy this video, and I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Take a watch.
Hi. Yeah. I'm with the parking enforcement here, and I saw that you have a rainbow bumper sticker.
Yes.
Are you gay?
No.
Okay. Who owns this vehicle?
My husband and I.
Your husband and you? Is he homosexual?
No.
Okay. Unfortunately, you can't have that sticker if you're not gay. Yeah, it's considered orientation appropriation.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. It was made a law under Biden, and it's actually a hate crime.
Oh my goodness.
I know. So I will have to write you a ticket.
Oh.
It's just a small fine. It's like $150.
Oh, please don't.
I'm sorry, I don't make the rules, ma'am. I just enforce them. And the rainbows do belong to the homosexuals now. So I'll have to give you the ticket unless you can take it off.
I'll take it off.
You will?
I'll take it off.
Okay. Do you have something you can maybe take it off with, or?
I'll use my key and scrape it.
Okay. That might scratch your vehicle.
I'll get it off.
Okay. So would you be able to maybe do that now? Because
I'll do it now.
Okay. And yeah, that key does look a little sharp. How's your day going besides that, ma'am?
It was going great.
Woke society society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe and non on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow. Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring it all to light, all the plans they conceal. Grab your flashlight, it's time to go down the rabbit hole. It's dark and hell is hot, dealing with satanic souls. The tide is turning, patriots are now in control. Apply aggressive pressure right now until they fold. Stay woke, open up your eyes and keep them peeled. All they do is lie, realize not everything is real. Through Project Looking Glass, the future is revealed. Future proves past, but there won't be any deals. No time like the present for this music with the message. It's the method to my madness, beat the madness to my method. Give you nothing but the truth now to capture your attention. Broke free from the matrix, master the dimensions. People swear they know the truth, but aren't asking any questions. Confirmation bias, so they pass on interventions. For those who know the truth, but they pass it just to mention. Of anything you might say, the passes their defenses. Wake up, and don't you dare go back to sleep. Always keep one eye open for demons on the creep. Once you turn into a wolf, you won't ever be a sheep. A worldwide awakening, so now run and tell your peace. Woke society's fam, you know it's time to go. Grab your popcorn, sit back now, enjoy the show. Severe and non on the mic, so come on, enjoy the flow. The wave is rising and you know it's only gonna grow. Thanks for tuning in to the land of the real. But it's like the Twilight Zone, the plan is surreal. It'll blow your mind when the plan is revealed. Bring it all to light, all the plans they conceal.
Did this happen in Florida? All right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Scott here from Woke Society. It's episode number 1071. It is March 17th, 2026. Welcome to all of our friends over on Rumble, Kick, X, YouTube, and of course, my favorite fam over on Pilled.net. There was a segment I used to listen to on the radio when I was in high school. It was exactly that segment. Did this happen in Florida? And 99% of the stories that came up on there were from Florida. So that actually happened in Miami. To no one's surprise, guys. Thank you all so much. No, he was trying to get some birds to eat. You need some milk. He was trying to get some birds to eat, wearing a diaper over boxers. So I'm sure everything's okay up top there. Thank you, fam, for the 3017 Red Pill Smash. We got a big show to get into. What's going in Iran, and so much more. That interested with that Flynn Jr. with the bow and arrow? Might as well be. Might as well be, and his retarded father as well. Absolutely, my friend. Hey, effing doctor. Great to see you, dude. Great to see everyone's loving the haircut, my friend. Everyone give the effing doctor some love. He was the doctor behind the reconstruction. He's in the chat right now. Give the effing doctor some love. Thank you, my friend. Hair is out, my friend. Hair is out. Letting her rip. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are fantastic. Let's jump right into this, guys, because we have a ton of content to get into. And I feel bad because I know Fuji's here. And I have, and I'm saying that because there is some big time stuff getting exposed out in California. And we're going to get to it either tonight or definitely tomorrow. And it's Nick Shirley is absolutely crushing out there, completely crushing. Did a big exposure of some California fraud, and it's not looking good for Gavin Newsom. So we'll get into all that hopefully tonight. But fam, we got a lot to plow through, so let's get into it. So, guys, we are now a little bit past 2 weeks into this conflict, into the surgical strike that Trump has been carrying out. And every day that Trump's talking about this, it seems like by the day, we are getting closer and closer to this being over. And every day we find out some new officials, some military upper-ups, top shelf leaders of the IRGC, of this insane psychotic regime. They keep ending up getting blown to smithereens and end up being in a pile of rubble in the bottom of whether it's Israeli, whether it's American attacks, doesn't matter. It's they're all getting lit up. All getting lit up, and Trump is cleaning up a 47-year mess that should have been dealt with decades ago, and yet here we are. And the latest has been an overnight strike, kills top Iranian official who goaded U.S. and Israel in a live street interview. And I keep telling these retards, why do you keep doing interviews? Why do you think the gay Ayatollah is not making any kind of video, any kind of announcement himself? Probably because he's got his dick and his legs cut off. Outside of that, these people really need to stop taking pictures of themselves and filming themselves because they end up dead within the next 24 hours. This one in particular was a 67-year-old, was one of the 10 Islamic Republican officials with a $10 million bounty placed on his head Friday by the State Department's Rewards for Justice program. And it wasn't just him, guys. It was a lot more as well. Around 300 Basish commanders and field officials were killed in a wave of overnight strikes on key command and operational centers of Iran's Ba'ath forces. Iran International has learned the strikes appeared to hit the logistics and command structure of a force long used to suppress dissent and confront anti-government protests. And in one of the most critical attacks, a Ba'ath support unit's repair and maintenance center was hit. The site housed hundreds of vehicles and motorcycles used in street operations and neighborhood patrols. Initial reports said the fleet was destroyed. Facilities linked to the Mohammed Rasulullah Corps, the IRGC unit responsible for the greater Tehran area, were struck. And the Aman Hadi security unit, a strategic command center in Tehran, was also heavily damaged. The Aman Ali security battalions, which have played a central role in cracking down on protests, also suffered heavy personnel and equipment losses. Now, you're seeing a lot more, guys, that this is now transitioning from military strikes and other military installations from Israel and America. You're now seeing personnel getting absolutely destroyed, whether it's 2 people, 10 people, 5 people, 20, 50, 300, it doesn't matter. They are going for the gut here. They're going for the throat of the apparatus that was killing and is killing civilians right now. And I think the IRGC literally put out another statement today saying that they're basically, if you go out and protest, we will kill you. We will kill you. And even Trump said over the weekend, it might have been yesterday, but over the weekend, because one of the reporters asked, like, why aren't they rising up yet? And he said, well, they have no guns. They have no guns, and they're still facing an entrenched enemy that has guns, and they don't want to get mowed down. So they're not ready yet, but they're softening them up every day. And the 300 commanders, yeah, that's a lot of leadership gone. And the more that the leadership gets pegged away, the more that these people are going to desert, the more they're going to give up. They're going to want that immunity once everything gets ramped up in there, because they know at a certain point, right now, guys, this is a war of attrition. This is simply a war of attrition with Iran, with what's left. Who's going to give up? Who's going to surrender? And who's going to go down with the ship? That's basically how this is going down. And another big attack here is between Han and Lerahani. This one, Israel knew exactly where the tunnel location of the meeting between Han and Lerahani was. And this is more leadership, okay? What we're hearing, guys, is that the Ayatollah is being prompted up as the leader, but he's either dead or he's a vegetable, and they don't want to announce it, or he's just completely incapacitated. And what's going on here, this Lerahani dude was basically the guy that was installing all the terrorists, what's ever left over, the terrorist culture, into what's left over the military, and just going to fucking kill as many people as they possibly can on the way out. That guy is now dead. Israel knew exactly where he was in his little tunnel. First, it struck the escape and emergency exit locations, and the final shot was a bunker-busting strike that leveled the main meeting site to the ground. So this is Israel doing what Israel does, getting insane intelligence and taking these people out and killing them. And this is why I love this. You have the experts, that means X-P-E-R-T-S, versus the actual experts on what's going on the ground. Where is it going, fam? Well, let's listen to somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, and not gay people on, not gay influencers. Let's take a listen.
There's day 15 on X and there's day 15 on the ground. On X and the Sunday morning shows that are about to come on, The war's lost on day 15. How could we have not anticipated that Iran would try to shut down the Strait of Hormuz? How come the regime hasn't collapsed? How come the people haven't risen yet? Where's the uprising? And, if you listen to all that, you think it's complete chaos. But if you look at the actual military targeting process over the last 15 days, we've hit so much that now we're targeting 2 to 3 man cells, 2 to 3 man besieged checkpoints, 2 to 3 man IRGC checkpoints, 10 motorcycles, guys with AK-47s. That's where we are now. We're hitting the one thing that the people are really afraid of, because those 2 to 3 man groupings of besieged fighters or besieged terrorists and IRGC terrorists are the ones they're worried about. And they are now able to provide actionable intelligence to people on the ground who are in contact with the Israelis or the Americans to conduct drone strikes against these 2 to 3 man checkpoints. This is huge. This is a game changer, and it's day 15. When we finally gave the Sunni tribes in Iraq the ability to call in U.S. airstrikes or to call in a U.S. quick reaction force, it was 4 years into the war during the surge, 2007, 2008. When we finally gave them that ability, a radio, to call in U.S. airstrikes and for a U.S. quick reaction force, it turned the tide. It decimated al-Qaeda. The Iranian people already have that capability on day 15. They probably had it for the last 4 days now. So this is a game changer. You're not going to hear about that today on the Sunday morning shows. They're just going to talk about the chaos. They're cheerleading failure. They want us to fail. Us meaning, I've been working Iran pretty much my whole career post 9/11, but they want the Iranian people to fail. They want the regime to survive. And, they'll talk about forever wars, but they don't know that it was the regime, the IRGC, the MOIS, Lebanese Hezbollah, all these groups helped al-Qaeda in Iraq. They definitely helped and trained and directed the Shia militia attacks on us in Iraq. And this same organization, the IRGC Quds Force and the MOIS, provided lethal aid and material support to the Taliban, the Haqqani Network, and al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. So I get it. If you're against forever wars, you actually should be for this one, because this is the main entity behind fueling our adversaries in these 2 forever wars.
Bingo.
It was the regime in Tehran, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. This regime has kept Americans in these forever wars. And this is day 15. Okay. So the actual war is being won on the ground, and, Twitter's a desperate place for the regime supporters. Just keep that in mind when you hear them talk about this stuff.
And that's the thing, guys. Again, we've been at this for a while now. We're going to get into the what you're going to really realize is with the Joe Kent stuff, especially, it's going to be like one of these gut reminders. It's like, welcome, my friends, to the information war. If this is your first time here and you look on social media and you think it's pretty disgusting right now, the worst it's ever been, the infighting, the MAGA influence, not even MAGA, just a lot of the influencers, a lot of the bullshit happening right now. It's the worst. I'll be honest, it is the worst I have ever seen it. The worst that I've ever seen it. But the thing is, there's very few of us out there that can explain to you with clarity and reality as to why that's happening. And so you guys at least will know exactly what's going on here. And Trump, what is he doing? He is finishing off what should have been finished off decades ago. And it's very obvious at this point. And that's going to continue to happen. It's two groups of 2, 3, sometimes 5 hitting checkpoints. All these people that were hunting down protesters, killing these protesters. This is who they're going after now, and they're softening it up for the takeover, the eventual takeover. Now, I just wanted to put this out there as well, guys, because I know some people were freaking out about the, I think it was 2,000 or 2,500 soldiers, Marines going out to Iran or to the island, and basically this is a breakdown of what these people are doing. And again, you're not going to see this on X. You're not going to see this from the podcast bros, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones. It's just going to be nothing but low IQ slop. This is what's actually going on, what those Marines will probably end up doing. Not going into Iran, not going into there's not going to be a draft, none of that shit. And the thing is, and all my veterans in the chat, they'd understand this. If we were legit going to be doing a massive land invasion, you would have already seen logistics. You would have already seen massive resources of armor, things to build bases, you name it. That would have already. This stuff takes months and months and months to transfer, to move over. Is any of that happening right now? No, it's not. It's just low IQ, doom porn slop. Take a listen to this.
A lot of people saying right now that the deployment of the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit to the Straits of Hormuz means the United States is about to launch a ground invasion of Iran. As someone who actually deployed to the Straits of Hormuz with the 15th Marine Expeditionary Unit back in 2010, 16 years ago, let me slow that conversation down a little bit because you're wrong. A MU, a Marine Expeditionary Unit, is not an invasion force. A MU is about 2,000 Marines on a few amphibious ships broken up amongst them. It's basically a floating crisis response team. They train for raids and evacuations and securing small objectives, anti-piracy missions, maritime security, things like that. If the United States were about to invade Iran on foot with mechanized infantry and armor, you wouldn't see 2,000 Marines broken up on a few ships on a MU. You would see hundreds of thousands of troops, months of buildup, massive amounts of logistics being shifted, entire armored divisions moving into the theater. That's not really happening, is it? What a MU is actually useful for in a place like the Straits of Hormuz is much narrower in scope. They are there to secure shipping lanes, respond to attacks on tankers, evacuate civilians if they have to, maybe seize a small island or a port if something escalates. That's the kind of mission that a MU is designed for. That's what they are set up for. They couldn't do a ground invasion of Iran if they wanted to. Could the situation get worse? Sure, wars tend to escalate. Are the people in charge people that I trust 100% to do the right thing? No, of course not. But the idea that a single Marine Expeditionary Unit, which is about 3 to 4 ships max, showing up in the Straits of Hormuz means that the invasion of Iran has begun. That is people online who have never served, never deployed, they have no combat experience whatsoever, they have no experience in the military at all. And honestly, they don't understand how military operations work. Sometimes the loudest voices in these crises are the people with the least amount of experience. And this is exactly one of those moments. That being said, every Marine that's out there, I hope you get a piece. I hope you get some. I hope you get your combat action ribbon, and I hope you come home alive. The Straits of Hormuz is a very tense place. Even 16 years ago, every time we went through it, the ship got very quiet. Everyone was tense. Everyone was at their action stations. Everyone was ready to go at the moment's notice. Of course, today is a lot different than it was 16 years ago, so I wish you all Godspeed, good luck, and get some today.
So I just wanted to get some clarity for you guys on that as well, okay? Because we had heard that. We were like, oh my God, 2,000 Marines, what's going to happen there? It's not, again, people are so conditioned to, again, forever wars and what Bush and Obama did. And it's okay. We're here to bring you guys sauce on what's actually happening from people that actually know what's going on. So Iran's missile fire rate as of right now, guys, has collapsed by 92%. 92%. Are they running out? I would say they're absolutely running out. And again, this is a war of attrition at this point. They are going to die. They're going to either give up or die until the very last one at this point. And they'll have to get bombed out. And if not, whatever's on the ground, they're going to have to get flushed out. That's exactly how this is all going to go down. So why don't you give you guys a quick update on that? I know we've been smothering Iran stuff. The more important thing that's really going on here for the homeland is what happened with NATO. And but before we get to that, guys, this story... I got to get to this story because it is not often that we get this kind of entertainment, this kind of laugh on a world stage, and just the irony of the title in this story, compared to the culture about homosexuals and being gay with the savages. It'll get you thrown off a building, it'll get you stoned, it'll get you killed, it'll get you ripped to pieces, hung. Whatever these people deem necessary to take you out because you like to put your dick in an ass, this is just insane. This is from the New York Post, okay? And I don't know how many people sent this to me yesterday. Trump was briefed that Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, is probably gay. And the president has a priceless reaction, okay? Trump couldn't contain his surprise and laughed out loud when he was briefed on the intel, according to sources. That's how bad it was. And others in the room also found it hilarious and joined the president's reaction, while one senior intelligence official has not stopped laughing about it for days, just based on how hard Trump laughed at it, said one person familiar with the briefing. The shocking claim was described in the Post by 2 intelligence community officials and a third person close to the White House. All 3 sources say the implausible sounding allegation is viewed as credible by U.S. spy agencies rather than false information intended to undermine Khamenei, 56, who was selected to replace his dead father as the supreme leader on March 8th. 2 of the sources said the intelligence indicated that Mataba, who earned the nickname the power behind the robes. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Alert. Retard alert,
Oh,
class.
no. While serving as his aging dad's gatekeeper, has had a long-term sexual relationship with his childhood tutor. So it is, this is apparently who this guy was messing around with. I was shocked it wasn't a goat. I'm sure that happened as well. But again, fam, what do we say? These guys, a lot of them are gay. But tell me, how do you think the people of Iran feel that have been under this regime for so long find out that the Ayatollah's son is exactly the type of people that they would gleefully kill? You guys are saying it, right? Throw the cardboard off the roof. Throw it off. Trump's reaction was beyond priceless. Because I'd have to imagine after all these years, the Iranian people's reaction when finding out this news. When Trump being told to keep quiet by the CIA after he learns the new Ayatollah has one leg and is gay.
No. No.
It just can't be. It just can't be. Is this the world we're living in? And apparently, guys, I don't know. He was making some videos called Mohammed with your hips, What the hell?
This is the rhythm of the
No.
Oh, yeah.
Mohammed,
The rhythm of
with
the
your hips.
Yes.
This is the rhythm
Your
of
hips.
my life.
Sir, we're getting intel that the new Ayatollah is gay.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, we can't be sure, but it looks like he's personally supervising Iran's entry to Eurovision. What?
No. Oh, no.
Mohammed, with your hips. Your hips.
Oh, no. Trump's face. Where's it?
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert, class.
Is this what Scott Bessent? Is this what Scott Bessent got pulled off for his interview with Sky News? He walks in, he's like, Scott, I know you're gay. Sit down real quick. I know you're gay, but you got to hear this shit because this is my face when I react. You just can't make this shit up, man. It just doesn't end.
And it ain't no disrespect, but I kind of think you're gay. You just act a little gay.
You got a problem with gay people?
Not at all. I've got a problem with people that pretend they're not gay.
Oh, no. These people cannot sustain the American memers because you'd have to imagine Iran's going, we're unstoppable. Allah is with us. We'll destroy us. You know what Trump said? This will probably get me kicked off of YouTube. Trump's be like this.
That's so gay.
Hello, you faggot.
So you're a queer, aren't you?
Fag, queer, faggot. What are you, a fag?
Are these the comms that are going out to the Iranian IRGC regime? Is this what they have left at this point? I don't know, because you'd probably think this guy's trying to get out. He's probably like, man, I haven't committed sodomy in a long time. We need to throw some music on. Oh God, it's incredible. And I'd have to imagine, guys, like for reals, this isn't AI. Like you'd probably have to imagine Trump's real reaction to find this out.
Are you a homosexual, Clay?
I am. Yes, Mr. Trump, I am.
No, is that true?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But
Marcus, did you know that Clay was gay?
Yes, I did. When we first.
Did everybody know this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I didn't know it.
This is exactly how this meeting went down when Trump found
A
out.
homosexual, Clay?
I am. Yes, Mr. Trump, I
I
am.
know. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
But
Marcus, did you know that Clay was gay?
Yes, I did. When we first.
Did everybody know this?
Yes,
Or not? Okay.
He let
Because I didn't know it.
Trump's like, I mean, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Why am I the only one that doesn't know? Why am I finding out last? Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Thank you guys. I just had to get that out. It was a tense day. Thank you guys for letting me get that out. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you, Jeff, for the cookie. Eric Superpage for the can. Cub Jedi says, nice cut. Thank you, my friend. Dognut Softenel. Forrest George says, bro, that haircut and beard shape up is fire. No homo. It's time for you to start doing some photo shoot to make some. No, dude. No. Those days are over, my friend. I need to start making some money with some wood. That's what I need to be doing. Halo Moon, thank you for the phone, my friend. Jax with a cough, done in 30. Thank you, friend. And Tennessee Girl with a fleece says, saw a report that the Iranian citizens are going into the dead regime's areas and getting their weapons. Yeah, probably with the help of the CIA, probably some help with who knows. But, it's only going to be a matter of time before the citizens are going to be given a chance and be able to get into do what they need to do. And they're still going to be assisted. There's no doubt, guys. It's going to be drone warfare. It's going to be drone warfare. These guys, they're going to be taking up arms. They're going to be backed up from the air, regardless from United States, Israel. They're going to have drones everywhere. It's only a matter of time before this is over. So the big deal, guys, that went into all this just as of from definitely yesterday into today, and Trump has been not just chipping away at the exposure of NATO and the exposure of why America is part and even helping these countries in so many ways. And this is why, guys, I've been so adamant about the people that just want to be so dead set on Israel and how retarded these takes are on a constant basis, that they can't see the new realignments of the new way forward with all these other countries and how these new alliances are forming. And it looks like, guys, as long as we can maintain MAGA within the presidency, we're going to be cutting Europe out. I don't know if it's going to be completely. I think that everything with the UK is at its worst it's ever been, but we've been talking about London. We've been talking about all these other angles that are outside Israel. And what Trump basically said about NATO is, we don't really know why are we helping these people? Why are we helping these people? And the best part about this is that the funny thing at the end of the day is that we don't fucking need their help. We don't need NATO's help. If we had to take care of all this shit ourselves, we'd take care of all this stuff ourselves, which we are doing. But you know what Trump's doing here? Trump is running a multi-pronged exposure operation right now. And that exposure is of which countries are going to help us. And the funny thing about this is that out of all the countries, he really wants China and Russia to help. And Trump knows that these two countries are doing that have been working a shadow economy, shadow operations that have been bleeding the United States dry, arming our enemies in Venezuela, Cuba. They've all got the backing. Every one of them have got the backing of China, Russia. And Trump's like, why aren't you guys helping us with this? They got nuclear weapons. Why would you want this? Where's the UK? Where's Italy? Where's all these European Union countries? Where are they? And no one wants to help out in the strait. Nobody wants to help. You guys are all about war. You guys remember your boy back in World War II, Mr. Cigar Man, bombing the hell out of Germans, melting their bodies to the street because of all the Nazis. You guys remember that? Churchill, right? You guys love bombing yourself some people. Millions of people and flattening cities. What happened? What happened? You guys don't want to help out in Iran? Oh, is that because you guys have been basically bankrolling Iran for decades? Has been part of your entire operation for decades? How is the Ayatollah worth billions of dollars? How is the sun worth billions of dollars? Why is there money from the Ayatollahs sitting in offshore UK banks right now? Why is that happening? That's crazy. But this is the thing, guys. This is hilarious to me. The European leaders right now have rejected demands by the United States president to help ensure freedom of navigation in the Strait of Hormuz. Most of them have. Indeed, I don't think any of them have. This was Trump yesterday talking about this. Look what he says here.
Don't need your aircraft carriers after we've already won. So, those things are very disappointing. And you have to remember, we have 45,000 troops in Japan. We have
45,000 troops in Japan.
45,000 troops in South Korea. We have
45,000 in South Korea.
45,000, 50,000 troops in Germany.
I think we're back, guys. We're back. We're back, guys. We're back. So, he's asking here, why can't you all help? Why can't you all help? And of all the countries Trump talked the most shit about, it was France and also Ukraine. Here's Trump on Macron.
French President Macron about the coalition to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, I have spoken to him. He's been on a scale of 0 to 10. I'd say he's been an 8. Not perfect, but it's France.
Are you
We don't expect perfect.
Are you confident?
It's France. We don't expect perfect.
That France will help with the reopening of Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I think he's gonna help. I mean, I'll let you know. I spoke to him yesterday. I don't do a hard sell on them.
He is talking shit about every one of these countries. Did you speak to Macron about reopening the strait? He says, yes, he's been an 8 out of 10, not perfect, but it's France. We don't expect perfect. This was Trump today speaking on France because Macron said we are not going to be doing anything to help the United States.
President Macron has just said in the last hour that he will never join a task force in the Strait of Hormuz until hostilities finish. Yet yesterday you said...
Who said that? Who said?
President Macron of France. What's your reaction to that, sir?
Well, he'll be out of office very soon, so we'll have to see. You know, I don't know.
So Macron said today, we will never help the United States in the Strait of Hormuz. And what does Trump say? Well, he'll probably be out very soon with their new election coming up. He said, so we'll see. That's his common response you're going to get out of Trump pertaining to these world leaders. And he knows exactly what he's doing. The Strait of Hormuz coalition, as of right now, absolute no's are the EU, Germany, Italy, Australia. Maybes right now are UK, France, Canada, South Korea, and Japan. This is a pretty straight up, straightforward situation here, guys. This is why Trump was making fun of Starmer for sending their battleships days after the fact, after they started already. What was the point of it? And these guys know this is a shameful moment in Western history. Leaders standing like frightened cowards before the Islamist jihadist rats ruling Iran, Starmer and Britain, the German chancellor. They want the oil, the gas, the markets, but when it comes to defending it, silence, cowardice, excuses. At the same time, they rush to talk with the Islamic regime in Iran. So let's be clear. Zero friendship, zero loyalty, zero respect for their own interests or for the civilization they claim to defend. Do not speak to us again about friendship. Do not lecture the world about freedom. We watch you stand against your closest ally, America, while hoping the Islamist regime in Iran wins this confrontation. And that's the thing, guys. This is why I absolutely despise what I'm seeing online from the network of podcast bros, of these influencers, to the blame the Jews for everything people. They would love for their own selfish desires that all this fails, Trump fails, and guess who ultimately ends up getting the win? The people that want to reopen our borders in 2 more years. That's who you want to be like, see, we told you so, while your kids get raped, while your kids get killed, because they don't care. They don't care about if you're going to be, oh, well, let's see, I was right. See, now this is, we didn't do this in Iran. None of this would be happening right now. It's all selfish, low IQ slop bullshit. And Trump's letting everyone know, we will not forget this. He is not going to forget this. And this is why we need way more than just 4 years of Trump at the helm here, guys. Way more than 4 years. No doubt about it. Because Trump is saying exactly what we've been saying for years now. Why are we helping these people? Why are we helping these countries? Why do we have our soldiers in your countries to defend? Because if, God forbid, we ever needed it, would you come to our aid? It doesn't look like it. This is amazing. This is amazing. And yes, does Iran have complete control of the Strait of Hormuz? They absolutely don't. Most of their military installations are completely destroyed. They got the island. They're on the island now. The United States military bombed the airway. There's still contingencies left there. They're not done with that yet. But that doesn't stop, these little small groups that throw drones, can shoot rockets from the beaches. They can still fuck up some ships. They can send their little boats out there, put some mines out there. They can still fuck up some ships to try to scare any of these tankers going through. But it's not going to be like that for much longer, fam. Every day these guys are getting choked out, because if you were to look at the Strait of Hormuz from like the early 2000s way, you guys remember Minesweeper? This is essentially what it looks like at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I don't know who makes this shit, but it's so damn good. It's so... Oh, Tessio, don't worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I have the sauce on Joe Kent. Don't you worry. It's so fucking obvious what these people are doing. But guys, the funny thing about this is that, you have this narrative out there. You even have people that voted for Trump, probably in these chats right now. They're just so rabid and retarded that, they just want Trump to fail. They're buying into the slop that, Trump works on instincts. They work on, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just jumped into all this. Well, guys, again, this whole show that I give you is based on sauce. And Trump called this stuff a long time ago. I'm going to show you guys. But Trump was speaking right here next to Susie Wiles, who unfortunately, by the way, I'm sure you guys saw, announced that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She's going to be fighting that battle within the White House. She's not stepping down as of anything right now. But Trump was right between Susie Wiles and Johnson here, and basically said he's been talking about this stuff for decades, that being Trump.
Just like I knew about the Strait, that it would be a weapon, which I predicted a long time ago, predicted all of this stuff. You guys were very generous in that. I predicted all of it. I predicted Osama bin Laden would knock out the World Trade Center. I made that prediction a year before he did it. I said, you better get him. He's a bad guy. I watched him be interviewed one time, and I said, that's a bad guy. You better get him. 1 year before, exactly. I wrote it in a book. You can even check. About a year before the World Trade Center then came down, President Clinton actually had a shot at him, and he didn't take it. Unfortunately, I'm not blaming him for that, but he didn't take it. And he ended up knocking down the World Trade Center, but I predicted that too. I predicted a lot of things.
He's been calling this stuff for a long time. You guys want to see some crazy stuff? Trump, 2012. Iran has warned the U.S. not to send an aircraft carrier back into the Strait of Hormuz. We should send 3. That was Trump on January 4th, 2012, talking about the Strait of Hormuz. It's like, oh, they want to fuck with us? We should send 3 carriers instead of 1. Gee, does that sound like the Trump we know today? Absolutely. This was December 14th, 2011. Iran is closing the Strait of Hormuz for a military exercise. Imagine what they will do with the nukes. That was in 2011. Crazy, right? Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. This was October 18th, 2011. It is time for Iran to face serious consequences. This regime is a threat to our national security. Now, guys, for all of us out there that are serious about this, have been paying attention to this stuff, this is why, we didn't just join in the mob and be like, oh, God, forever wars. Forever wars. Trump's been talking about Iran, guys, in his rallies. He's been doing that since he started, doing that in 2020, and did it in 2024. It's been as consistent as you can possibly be. And as a side note, Trump's been talking about Cuba as well, which we'll just briefly mention here. Trump said here 26 years ago, one day Cuba will be free. I believe that you'll have victory, you will win, and I'm going to be down here and watch you win. I'll either be the greatest developer in the country or the greatest president. Trump said that decades ago. Decades ago. And yet here he is. Here he is talking about what is going to go down in Cuba.
I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good honor. It's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah. Taking Cuba. I mean, whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth?
That's what's going to end up happening. And I don't know. We're going to have to see, because as of right now, guys, Cuba, their electric grid is in complete collapse. About 10 million people didn't have power as of last night. And this is all because Trump's cutting off the head. Trump is cutting off the head. Decapitating Venezuela, Iran. All these countries that were fueling Cuba are enemies. The shadow operation that's going on for decades. That past presidents were funding themselves, like Obama and Iran. And one of the conditions, apparently, is going to be Miguel Diaz-Canel is going to have to step down. Will he do that? We don't know. But the really interesting part about all this, guys, pertain to what we just talked about with NATO, these allies, everything going on with Iran. You have this little fucking gremlin piece of shit, Zelensky, offering help to Trump. You know what Trump said? Zelensky is the last person we need help from. Oh, man. Trump torches Kiev regime leader, calls him difficult to deal with and an obstacle for peace in Ukraine. Trump on Iran says the last person we need is help from Zelensky. The Speaking with Meet the Press anchor, Kristen Welker, said the president knocked Zelensky for offering assistance to the United States and Middle Eastern countries, the latter of which the Ukrainian president said on Friday, we're seeking his aid in sharing drone detection technology. The last person we need help from is Zelensky. What a complete bitch slap to this little disgusting gremlin out in Ukraine. The last person that we need help from. Hilarious. And Trump is making a mockery of every one of these leaders. And you have, again, I think the worst one, guys, again, that really a lot of people are talking about is the deteriorating, almost non-existent relationship with our oldest ally, that being in the UK. You have Starmer came out and then tripled down on why he did not want to step up and be a part of this. And it's all slop. It's all pandering. It's all bullshit that I know most of UK citizens absolutely despise this man. I mean, how can you not? And him crying like a little bitch about why we can't do it. We need to make sure it's thought out. We need to make sure it's planned. Again, these are all the same exact talking points from the slop merchants on X, the libtard media, the influencers. It's the same shit. And what I want you guys to really understand throughout this journey, especially in the last 2 weeks, and we've been talking about this since Charlie Kirk's assassination. Since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, guys, and we've been on top of this, we've been spot on, and it pisses people off. Everything that stemmed from Charlie Kirk's assassination has been one giant demoralization campaign against MAGA to let these enemies infiltrate and then take over power again and open our borders again, get all these justices in, completely get rid of the filibuster, and just ram shit down our throats. And at the end of the day, everyone wants to argue about the Jews, and the Democrats come flying in, and they're going to fuck us 10 times harder. And I've been saying this from the get-go, guys. This is all what this is about. I don't care if you're pro or anti any of this shit. If you are going to be a tool, if you're going to be a piece of the propaganda that is all about destroying, that's going to end up making my kids' future unsafe, my family unsafe, I have a huge problem with you. A huge problem. And I call it out. Here's Starmer.
Because moments like this also tell you about leadership. Whether to commit British troops to military action is the most serious responsibility for any Prime Minister. I have been attacked by some for my decision not to join the offensive against Iran. But at every stage, I've stood by my principles. Principles which I held just as strongly when it came to debate about the Iraq War in 2003.
Uh-oh, retard
Principles
alert.
which I believe
Retard alert, class.
are shared by the British people. That our decision should be based on a calm, level-headed assessment of the British national interest. And that if we are to send our servicemen and women into harm's way, the very least they deserve is to know that they do so on a legal basis.
For us to send our soldiers into a conflict like this, we have to make sure that it's on a legal basis, international law, and it's thought out and well planned, not just jumping into conflicts and wasting our lives.
And with a proper, thought through plan.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to give you the full breakdown of what's going on here, geopolitical wise, and then we're going to get into Joe Kent after we hear from the Promethean Action White Pill Queens here about Russia's foreign ministry calling out Britain to his face, Trump shitting on Zelensky, and these new alliances that are forming while Trump gives the entire European Union, these countries, a big fuck you. But guys, you're going to have to join us on Pill to do that. If you really want to know what's going on in the information war, you really want to know what's happening, please join us on Pilled. We have full shows over there all the time, 2 hours, never cuts. I get off of big tech because I hate big tech. YouTube can suck a dick, and X, it's okay. Rumble is just shit. So Pilled's the way. Sign up. It's easy. Mods have the chat, the links out for you. Please join us over there. It's fully funded by my audience and everyone else that joins Pilled. All the channels, all the creators, all the audience members. It's all funded by Americans, built by Americans, coded by Americans. We'll see you guys over on Pill.net. Goodbye, my friends.